my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
I have a dream. My poor little children one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their
Don't
character.
tell me words don't matter. I have a dream. Just words. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. Just words. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. Just words. Just speeches.
Everything
Don't tell me words
will be
don't
made,
matter.
all the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all sight shall see it.
My name is Samantha Lewin, and I know that sometimes we sit in class as students and we think to ourselves, when are we ever going to use this in real life? I know math class is one of them. Science, if you're not going to be a scientist, why you have to take a science class? And so I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my mom and about how this class helped me get through the hardest time of my life, and that I needed to use what I learned in this class in my life within the past month. But first, I'd like to start out by telling you a little bit about my mom. My mom's name is Gina Faye Lewin, but it was Stone. That was her maiden name. And she's the oldest out of three kids, and she has two siblings, a younger sister and a younger brother. And she was born on November 27th, 1965. And she met my dad at a St. Patrick's Day party. But this is my mom. That's my mom. That's before me. This is when her life was good. This is my mom early when she was younger. She was in her 20s. She loved to read, and she was a smoker, but I mean, that's okay. That was her trademark. She had cigarettes with her all the time and then in the corner. But she loved reading. My mom met my dad when they were 26, when she was 26, and they got married when she was 30. And this is at their wedding. And they were pretty happy, and my mom was very happy. But then the best thing in her life came along, and that was me. I was a little baby, and I was her pride and joy. My aunt said to me a couple weeks ago, she said, "You were your mother's entire life. She loved you more than anything in this world, and she would have done anything for you." And growing up, I realized that about my mom more and more every single day. And it's sad to think that changed 2 years ago, that loving, awesome mom changed. When she found out that she had breast cancer, she was diagnosed when she was 45, turning 46. I know I told you guys this before, but part of the story. And she had a double mastectomy. She had everything removed to try and prevent the cancer from spreading. And it worked for a while, along with chemotherapy, but she found out early last year that it came back into her bones, liver, and lungs, and that it was spreading pretty quickly. But my mom became a lot sicker in January, and she decided to move away to live with my aunt and my uncle at their house. So her sister, and that's her right here. That's my mom after her hair grew back after she had chemo. And, well, that was really hard for her to do. She had to leave the one thing that was good in her life. By this time, her and my dad were divorced. And that broke her heart, having to leave me. But she had a good time living up there. She got to be with her family. She got to be with her best friend from high school, who ironically I'm best friends with her kids, so kind of passed on the tradition. But in August of this year, my mom found out that she had brain cancer. She had 6 months to a year to live. I told you guys this earlier as well. And, you know, it sucked, and I moved home from school in Pensacola because I didn't want to be away from my friends and family. And I went to visit her for 2 weeks in September, and that was great. I had a great time with her. She still wasn't doing great. She was going through radiation treatment and made her lose all of her hair, and she was a lot weaker than before. And so I'd never seen her like that before, so that was scary to me. But, you know, a month passed, life went on. I came to college and everything like that. You know, I was having a life. I was supposed to start my job, things like that. But I decided to go up and see my mom on October 19th of this year, last month. And I was supposed to go up there at a celebration. My cousin was getting married that Saturday, October 20th. But when I got up there, I found out that my mom's liver cancer had gotten a lot worse. And my aunt told me that my mom wasn't going to make it for another week. So that's why I haven't been in class for the past 2 weeks. I was with my mom in Cincinnati, and she passed away on October 25th at 10:45 p.m. And I was there, and to show how much I meant to her, I was with her holding her hand at like 10:30, about 15 minutes before she passed away, and I was talking to her, and you have to realize she was on a lot of medication. She hadn't talked for 2 days, and she wasn't really conscious of what was going on. But I had talked to her. I was sitting there and saying, sorry for being a bratty teenager. I love you. Thanks for being a great mom. But I said to her, it's okay to go see Nana, which is her mom who passed away from breast cancer when I was 9. And it's okay to go see Nana and great grandma, and I'll be okay. You raised an awesome person, an awesome woman, and you'll be good. I'll be good, And, 15 minutes later, she passed away, but not until she said okay to me. She said okay. And that was the only word she had spoken in 2 days, and that was the last word she spoke. And I truly believe that she waited to make sure that I was going to be okay before she passed away, which shows that she was in pain and she was suffering, but she still put me before herself. And that's pretty awesome. She's a great mom. I was last at church with my mom on my cousin's wedding, and that's how sick she had gotten compared to the other picture. And, it was sad to see her like that. It really was. It was very hard for me. But after she passed away, I stayed up there and I went to the funeral, and I was asked by the pastor and my aunt if I wanted to make a speech about my mom's funeral. And I was kind of weird about it. I hadn't made except for you guys, I hadn't made a speech yet, and especially in this situation in front of other people, and my family, crying friends and family, people, strangers even who I didn't know, but they knew my mom. And it was hard, but thanks to this class, I got up there and I talked. I cried, but I talked in front of all these people, and it was really good, and I'm glad I got to say those last words about my mom, and I got to tell everyone how awesome she was to me, and how lucky I was to have her as a mom. And I'm just sad that she had to die at such a young age. She was only 47. But without this class, I wouldn't have had the confidence to go up and stand in front of people and talk to them. And I know that would have been the biggest mistake I've ever made in my entire life if I didn't get up and stand in front of those people and say last words about my mom. So I'm grateful for this class, and, when you take a class in the future, just think about, maybe I will have to use this in real life, because I had to use this class very quickly in a situation that I didn't really want to use it in, but I had to, and it prepared me, and I'm grateful for that, and I'm grateful for my mom, and I miss her very much, and, I'm trying to get through it, but this class helped me get through the hardest time of my life, so I'm very grateful.